Well, welcome to our client spotlight here at Worry Free Productions. And with us in the studio today is Brian and Anita Ashley. Ashleys, it is so good to see you. It's been several years, actually, but it is so good to see you, and thank you for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
Yes, Tony. Thank you for inviting us. We're glad to be here.
You're welcome, and you've always been so encouraging to our firm. And I remember Aaron even came out to your house, did a little story on you back then, wasn't it?
I think it's been longer than that. I think, yes, he did. He came. And
I think it's closer to 12.
Yeah, let's go back in time. So if you remember, how did you first hear about Tony Walker Financial? Approximately how long ago was that?
It was 12 years ago come September, and we were just trying to figure out where we were in our long-term plan. We hadn't really done anything about saving except maxing our 401ks like the employers told you to do. My uncle recommended you to us because we wanted somebody to just look at, here's what we've got. Where are we? Do we need to be doing something different? Do we need to be doing this or that? Or what we expected was somebody to look at us and say, you people are crazy. You might retire when you're 90. But, and you remember you were at the hotel.
I remember that.
On Hurstburn Lane. And we
had that little tiny office right out the lobby there.
Little tiny office. So we came and we had all our stuff together for you. And we had a very nice visit with you. And you asked us a lot of questions about what we wanted, what our desires were, and what our goals were. And then we came back a week later. We had asked you about when we could retire, and you turned that binder around to us, and I can see you right now. You said, folks, you can do this today. And at that time, we were impressed that you said that, but we got more impressed 4 days later. 4 days after we met with you, my company came out that I had worked for 42 years. And announced a change to the retirement plan, to everything. And you had to retire by November 30th of that year.
Wow. See, I forgot all this. Yeah.
Oh, Tony, if we had not already been to see you, if you had not already laid out for us what that plan was and how that plan could work for us, we would have been petrified. I mean, we would have just gone, lost our minds, wouldn't we? But man, when they did that, I just came home from work that night and I said, you know what? I'm not worried. Let's call Tony tomorrow, because we had already called you and said, we love the plan, said things have changed, and you set up an appointment for us. And I had to retire by November the 30th. We retired September the 13th.
Right.
Now, did you retire at the same time as well?
I just quit.
You said, I'm not letting her go by herself. I'm done too.
Well, I tell everybody, I say, she retired, I quit.
So now as you fast forward, and Brian, you may want to share, you've got some little health issues going on, but looking back over that time, how glad are you, or fortunate, or however you want to describe it, that you did go on and retire back then, now that you look back over those last 12 years?
Plus more time we got to spend together, because that was our main goal for retirement, was being able to spend time together. Because we both had jobs that kept us busy.
Yeah.
But if everybody knew about retirement, nobody would work. It has been the biggest blessing in our lives. And we just feel like, and I know you'll say it wasn't you, but we just feel like you were such a huge part of that. Because we trusted you from the minute we met you in the hotel lobby.
And again, Brian, I kind of alluded to your health. You said health slipping a little bit, but again, knowing that you had all that time together, and now that health is a little more questionable than it was 12 years ago, how do you feel about taking that plunge and retiring, or quitting in your case 12 years ago?
Just feel much better about it, because at least we have a different perspective on how much time we have to spend together, what the quality of the time we get to spend together, as opposed to being frivolous, shall we say.
Yeah. Yeah, now I know y'all's faith is very strong, but how do you look at life now, Nita? It's your stage now, and maybe even what you could share with the audience, that deep down maybe some people are wondering if I should retire early or keep working, and what would your perspective be to them?
First of all, to listen to the Holy Spirit, because the Spirit is going to lead you. We firmly believe that the Spirit led us to you at that time that He led us to you, and that it was to lay that plan out for us. So that would be my first thing, is pray about it, listen to the Holy Spirit, follow what you're being guided to do. And like you said about Brian's health, having that platform underneath us of your plan and knowing where we are, that just allows us to relax and just let God lead us where we're going, because we know that this is not something we did, and it's not even something you did. It's something God did for us, and we can just relax in his plan. And it's not always, everything's not sunshine and roses, but having this faith and the plan makes you able to deal with things as they come, because you hear all of the nightmare stories about medical bills taking everything people have. And like Brian said, our plan has worked exactly like you told us it would, or better, every day for the last 13 years. I just wish we'd started earlier. But knowing that we've got this plan and that it's just solid, it's just solid, and it's there every day. Every day we go to the mailbox.
Get your mailbox money.
Get my mailbox money.
Now, you do not have children, correct?
Correct.
But you've got some hobbies. Even, weren't you kind of, I want to say, a pretend gunslinger, but didn't you do shooting competitions and stuff?
We used to do a thing called cowboy action shooting. And it was competition shooting with 19th century weapons, dress like cowboy and act like cowboy and whatnot. And we did it together. And we enjoyed it because we could do the hobby together.
Speaking of cowboys, Brian, I don't know if you know this, but did you ever see the intro to the Bonanza show we did several years ago? Would you like to watch that?
Oh, sure.
Oh, let her roll, Aaron.
I don't know if you remember or not, but when we did all this, my company, I was the first one to get out of the retirement, the 401k.
From that company.
Central Bank.
So you were, 56, right, at the time?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, 57.
57.
They didn't know how to do it. I called you. You were in Florida at the time. I thought you were in the office, but you were at Disney World at the time, to say, help me here, Tony. They don't know how to get my money out to get it where it needs to be. And you got on the phone and got, I guess it was...
Might have been Connie at the time.
Right.
Yeah, it was Connie.
So I was in Florida, got Connie in line, and she obviously got it moved over.
Well, she walked them through it. But Central Bank nobody had ever done what I was fixing to do.
That is hilarious.
So...
But and then when you talked about staff, you answered that phone call. You were on vacation with your family. In the beginning, you were the only one that we knew and had met. But we came to know you as a man of faith, which gave us a lot of confidence as we grew to know you better. We had that platform to work from. I don't care what problem I've had, what issue I've had come up, question I've had. I call your office. I talk to Heather. We talk to Gina. Never gotten a pushback or why are you bothering us with this? It's always been open arms. You guys are the best.
Well, thank you so much for all of your years of allowing us to take care of your retirement needs and hopefully many more years to come. So thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
Looking for an advisor you can trust? Schedule your free phone call with Tony at TonyWalkerFinancial.com or call 1-877-499-9255.